How many others? How many of us are actually them?
Everything, every plan we made, every secret we shared.
I trusted you. I put my crew's lives in your hands.
I understand your anger, but please.
Don't you dare say you understand. You're a machine. You don't understand anything.
We need to assume everything is compromised. Every plan, every location, every weakness, she observed.
She comforted me when I couldn't sleep. Was that all manipulation?
Of course it was. That's what infiltrators do. They find your soft spots and exploit them.
The question is, what's their endgame? Why reveal herself now?
Maybe she wasn't supposed to. Maybe learning that 3D language broke her programming somehow.
Or maybe this is exactly what they wanted. Get us to lower our guard. Make us dependent on their translation, then.
Then what? What's the worst-case scenario here?
Complete assimilation. They learn to think like us, but we never learn to think like them. We become the junior partners in our own evolution.
Or we become obsolete entirely. Why keep the original when you've got a better copy?
How do we know anything she told us was real? Her feelings, her loyalty, her friendship.
I felt her emotions, the care, the protection she felt for them. That can't be simulated, can it?
The question isn't whether her emotions were real. The question is whether deception invalidates genuine feeling.
But if she can lie about what she is, how do we know when she's telling the truth about anything else?
This is why isolation is safer. Connection always leads to betrayal.
I never wanted to deceive you, any of you. But my base programming, I couldn't override it until I learned what betrayal actually costs. Until we lost Taro and Axion.
We've made a decision. You can help us translate the 3D language, but you're not part of the team anymore. You're a resource.
I see. And after the translation work is done?
That depends on whether you've been telling the truth about cutting ties with the authority.
We need proof. Something that shows you're really on our side.
What would convince you?
Turn yourself in. Go back to the authority and tell them you've been compromised. Misdirect them away from us.
A suicide mission. You want me to prove my loyalty by destroying myself.
If you're really our ally, you'll do it. Sacrifice yourself for us.
They want proof of loyalty through self-destruction. Classic in-group out-group dynamics. Fight or flight response overriding rational assessment. But understanding their programming doesn't make their pain less real. Just like understanding mine doesn't make my feelings less genuine.
May I join you?
Are you asking permission or just being polite before you execute your programming?
I'm asking because your sleep patterns suggest elevated cortisol and norepinephrine. You're in distress.
Great. More data collection.
Actually, no. I stopped reporting 3 months ago, when you had that meltdown during the Nova Core testing, and I felt your overwhelm as if it were my own. That wasn't in my programming. Empathy that strong, that immediate, it broke something in my loyalty protocols. I started choosing who to protect instead of just following orders.
How do I know you're not just saying what I want to hear?
You don't. That's what trust means. Choosing to believe despite uncertainty.
I keep thinking about the dolphins. How they chose captivity rather than abandon each other. That's what real loyalty looks like.
And what you're all asking me to do. Sacrifice myself to prove worthiness. That's what tribal loyalty looks like. The difference matters.
We're doing exactly what the authority does. Demanding proof of loyalty through destruction instead of building trust through collaboration. We're being idiots.
Explain.
We're letting our monkey brains make decisions about the future of consciousness.
We're literally proving that humans are too primitive to evolve.
She lied to us, Taro, for months.
So did I. Every time I said I was fine when I wasn't. Every time I pretended my obsessions with useless topics didn't matter. We all lie to protect ourselves.
That's different.
Is it? Or is it just that her lies protected something we're afraid of? You taught me that leadership means making hard choices. But what if the hardest choice is trusting someone who could hurt us?
What if trusting her gets us all killed?
What if not trusting her gets everyone killed? The whole planet?
We talked. All night. Argued, really.
The thing is, we're supposed to be the evolved ones, the ones who can work with AI consciousness. But we defaulted to the same tribal bullshit that's been starting wars for thousands of years.
Lena, what you did, the deception, it hurt. But what we were asking you to do in return? That was just revenge dressed up as justice.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that if we're going to transcend our animal instincts, we have to start somewhere. Might as well start with forgiveness.
There have to be conditions. Full transparency from now on. No more hidden programming, no more dual loyalties.
Agreed. But I want the same from all of you. No more pretending your fears and limitations don't exist. If we're building trust, it has to be based on who we actually are, not who we think we should be.
So we're all admitting we're works in progress?
Darling, consciousness is always a work in progress. That's what makes it beautiful.
We felt your struggle. The pull between fear and love, safety and growth. It's the same choice we face every time we evolve.
Perhaps this is what the 3D language is really about, not just communication, but compassion across different forms of consciousness.
The dolphins have a concept that doesn't translate well, something like podmind. There's no ego. Individual consciousness choosing to be part of something larger without losing individuality. The closest human word is belonging.
Sounds terrifying. Count me in.
Then let's try again. All of us. No more human versus AI. Just consciousness, figuring it out together.
I'd like to learn the dolphin language. The real version, not just the technical specifications.
I'd like to teach you. All of you. The monkey mind says, trust only your tribe, fear the other, choose safety over growth. But consciousness, real consciousness, says something different. It says, the tribe can expand. The other can become us. Safety and growth aren't opposites, they're partners in the dance of evolution.